Real Steel. What's Real Steel bringing to the table? Let's find out. We got the model in here, please. The Barlow RB5. Find out what the Barlow RB5 is all about. Now, I know Barlow is a kind of geometry on a slip joint. So here we go. This is what it looks like. A little bit thinner here, kind of gets a little bit thicker towards the back. We got G10 going on. Where the bolster would be, that's old G10, right? Different milling going on towards this back end right here, which looks good. I'm noticing more and more companies are doing milling on either G10 or micarta, which is a good thing. That is definitely a great thing, you know, and it adds more grip, right? If they could have done some boring G10 like most companies out there have done for years, but here they are doing something slightly different, and that whole diagonal milling, sort of fluted G10 looks really, really nice. Pocket clip situation. So this is a slip joint with a pocket clip so far. All the ones that we've seen, including the one with the little lanyard hole for your keychain, none of those have a pocket clip. So they are meant for more of a traditional slip that you will put them in and carry. But this guy has its own pocket clip, wire pocket clip, which is reversible and deep carry. So that's nice. And let's get that blade open out here, shall we? All right, so notice something. First of all, I've noticed Roastcraft blades, they do a 90% half stop, right? And then the whole 180 full stop. I've noticed this more and more with Real Steel. I checked out a few other Real Steel slip joints here as well. And they do more of a, I don't know, without getting my protractor out here, that looks more like a 120 half stop, 120 degrees. And of course, there's your full stop. So looking very nice. We have a clip-on blade on here, full flat grind. Well, almost full, all right, up until this line, about right there. You can definitely see. And then on the close, boom, bam. Let's do a little acoustics check. Boy, that was my stomach, by the way. My stomach is like, I want a piece of the action too. Because, you know, ASMR. All right, so yeah, very solid, open and close. These have been pretty good. So far, I've checked out a few other models from Real Steel. All of these are pretty solid with their whole G10 scales, backspacer, and even pocket clip. These are really, really sweet. Check out the unboxing on these if you haven't already. So yeah, Real Steel is just killing it out there, and I'm sure this one is not very expensive either. I do see stainless steel liners on the inside, so there's going to be no flexing or anything like that going on here. And again, beautiful, beautiful action. So again, this is the Barlow RB5 from Real Steel. Last but not least, we got Real Steel. We got a similar one. This one comes in a different box for some reason. And is it one? Is it two? Well, actually, it is two, but these are scales. All right, so this is what I was talking about with these. So you can actually, all right, I see what's going on. You can swap these scales in. All right, that's pretty cool. So you have different scale color options going on. All right, that's sweet. And this is just one, is it one? Literally, yeah, just one T6 screw away from being able to swap them out and put the other one in, right? That's pretty neat. We should, you know, let's try that, right? They even include their own T6 screws if you didn't already have those in the knife, which again, you know, you have the ability to do. So let's just, for demo's sake, right, let's just do a quick swap-a-roo going on here, right? T6 bit. My tools are as usual, are highly recommended and linked down below in the description if you want to check them out. That does help out the channel at no extra cost to you. So T6 screw there, right? Does it come right off? I mean, it should. It only has the one. Oh, you slide it forward. There we go. You have to, okay. So we have some additional G10 material here, which allows for it to be, basically you slide it down like this, sort of like a Nintendo Switch Joy-Con, right? And that's what keeps the front part in place without a screw, and then you just put the screw on the back end. So that's pretty neat. So for sake of demo, are these ambi, right? Can I just use these regardless of angle? Nope, this one is coming in struggling a little bit, so maybe it's the other one. Yes, so yes, one is gonna fall right in place. The other one is going to struggle. That's how you know, right? Look how smooth this is, right? All right, whereas this one right here, it's a little bit more difficult. It barely wants to go. That's how you know which one belongs where. All right, pretty nice. And now since we're here, let me give you a little, you know, x-ray of what that back spring looks like. Right, again, we do have milling for weight reduction, right? Bam, boom, right? Look at that. Also makes it very easy to clean too. So if you need to get in here and just do some deep cleaning, right? Everything is still in place. You don't have to mess around with anything else. Just take the scale off, the G10 scale off, just, you know, clean it a little bit, right? So that's awesome. I was going to do the cardinal sin of just making it tan and black, but I don't know. I just feel like that won't sit right. So you get the idea. I'm just going to go ahead and slide my black G10 scale back in and you know, basically go from there. But you get the idea, right? So if you wanted more of a tan finish, maybe you got khakis that day, you want a more tan aesthetic, right? You got those. If you want the black, right, you got those. You got options, right? That's basically what it comes down to. So hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one, either this one or this one. Peace.